My name is Dr. Marsha McGillicuddy, and I am the new expert on a new method that I would like to call habit reversal. In the following sessions, you will see that my clients struggled so terribly in their everyday lives with the habits that they needed help combating with my services. Before long, you're going to know exactly who to call for your habit reversal needs. Let's go! Habit reversal was created in 1973 by Azrin and Nunn to eliminate nervous habits and tics. As a therapist, I work with clients who exhibit these behaviors in their everyday lives and come up with procedures in session to help combat them. My clients learn skills to compete with both the anticipation and occurrence of the habit. Habit reversals work because they function in two ways. In way number one, it works to inhibit, which means stop and replace the behavior. In certain evasive techniques, competing behavior can be used to also punish these habits. There are other techniques other than habit reversal that can be useful for people such as children or those with developmental disabilities that do not always respond well to these techniques.
Hi, my name is Wanda Work. Last year, I had an injury to my shoulder. Who can say where the road goes, So, I started this whole shoulder roll thing to relieve the discomfort. But over time, I got to the point where I healed, but I kept rolling my shoulder. I don't know why, I just would. I felt like I needed to do it. It got to the point that before I did anything, I'd be rolling my shoulders.
So when I would pick up hay, I would roll my shoulders. And then when I would throw hay, I'd roll my shoulders after. Even picking up the barn cat, I'd have to roll my shoulders. Doing waters, I have to roll my shoulders. No matter the task, I just always found myself rolling my shoulder, like I was still hurt.
Didn't know why, and people would point it out to me, and then I'd feel just kind of funny about it because I didn't notice that I was doing it, but obviously they did. So that's when I decided to try habit reversal.
When meeting with Miss Wanda Work, she explained to me how she got injured and developed a motor tic because of it. This tic development is common for many people who experience accidents. Some people who even develop a cold and have it for an extended period can develop a vocal tic. So this motor tic is not something that is uncommon.
So at first, in this process, I had to really be aware of exactly what I was doing when I would roll my shoulders. And when I would roll my shoulders, I had to be really aware of everything that was happening for the first step of this process. After I learned awareness of my body tic and what triggered it, I had to learn what Dr. McGillicuddy called a competing response. So for my competing response, Dr. McGillicuddy had me press my shoulders forward and almost down and tilt my head back a bit so it did the exact opposite of what my tic was. And when I would tic, my shoulders would go back and up and my head would come forward. So this would make my muscles do the exact opposite thing. And I would have to hold that for a certain amount of time. And I had to do this in office first for a little while, imagining the situations that I would find myself in, where I would want to roll my shoulders before I went out and started trying to do this in the real world.
A competing response is an unobstructed behavior that is engaged in for a few minutes, and it is incompatible with habit behaviors. It is important for clients to imagine situations outside of my office where these habits will occur and they are to use techniques put in place to inhibit them. Then after that, it's time to work outside of sessions.
So an important thing about habit reversal is that I needed social support. So for me, that was my mom. And Dr. McGillicuddy gave her the task of reminding me to do my competing response when I would show signs of wanting to do my motor tic.
You see, it is important that social support praises the client for inhibiting their habit behavior.
And now, after going through habit reversal, I can do anything.
I can pick up all the hay that I want to without having to roll my shoulders, and pick up all the cats I want to. Not to mention the most important piece being I'm able to ride my horses effectively, and even ride mechanical bulls without rolling my shoulders.
People don't look at me weird anymore because I just have this weird habit. And this is all thanks to habit reversal.
Hello, my name is Billy Bob Bunsen. And last year, my whole world shattered around me after they finished that dragon. It seemed no matter where I was or what I was doing, that beast's roar would stop me dead in my tracks. After a while, it got to where if I heard its roar or any noise like it, I just get anxious and start biting at my nails. That dragon, it ruined me. It's not until I sought help from Dr. McGillicuddy that I felt like I had a chance against it.
Mr. Bunson's case is an interesting one. He explained to me the rivalry with the dragon and his nail biting. I can't say that this is as common as my other cases, however, there are still ways to help him cope with his habit reversal.
Dr. McGillicuddy had me focus in on what exactly it was about the beast that just shook me to my core. We looked to see if it was maybe its ghastly form, the devil's yellow scales, its piercing, soulless eyes, but the roar was pinpointed as the worst of it.
We worked together to figure out just what behaviors were involved with his nail-biting habit and what noises will trigger it. The next move is to introduce a competing response that fits his situation.
In my case, Dr. McGillicuddy recommended chewing gum as a habit to reverse the nail biting. Whenever I get anxious, I just bite down on some gum instead. It took a while, but over time it started to work. My friends became my social supporters and kept me on track. And now me and my hand have never been healthier. And as for the dragon, I still hate that thing.
Hi, my name is Gil Ganderson, and ever since I was a child, I've had a stutter. I only stutter around other people because I become nervous. When it's just myself, I have no issues. My parents never got me help as a child because they thought I would grow out of it, which most people do. And I've just been too scared to ask for help myself. Sometimes I struggle to say a word, and it's embarrassing as people wait for me to speak. One day I saw an ad online about Dr. McGillicuddy, and she talked about how she could work to help reverse these habits and get people's lives back on track.
Ms. Ganderson is not the first nor the last person to reach out to me for help regarding a stutter. This is a common issue that I see in session with my clients. Numerous studies have shown the effectiveness of habit reversal used for treating stutters like Ms. Ganderson has. There are other techniques like response cost and token enforcement to help treat stutters. However, I have found that habit reversal has worked best for my clients, especially in those in the same situation as Ms. Ganderson.
We worked on regulated breathing, during which I breathed deeply and regularly. It sounds really simple, but once I relaxed, I would then exhale while saying a word. I use this as much as possible outside of our sessions as I can. My family has also been really encouraging and supportive as I work to overcome this stutter. It's really improved my quality of life, and I couldn't be more grateful for her help.
Habit reversal works a little bit differently for stutters than it does for other nervous habits like tics. The client must work on relaxing their vocal cords to make their speech remain uninterrupted. But identifying instances in which a client may stutter and practicing regulated breathing exercises in their day-to-day lives is key to overcoming a challenge like this.
Thanks to habit reversal, I've put a stop to my motor tics.
Thanks to habit reversal, I've been able to stop my nervous habits.
Thanks to habit reversal, I've been able to put my stutter behind me.
As you can see, my clients have had such wonderful success in their habit reversal procedures. Familial support and consistency are key to successful habit reversals. As you can see, all of my clients are adults, so one thing to note is that when working with children, it is up to the parent to act as an aid in their habit reversals. I hope you know who to contact now for any of your habit reversal needs. Thank you.